there was another school shooting. This one was in Georgia, and it was committed by a 14-year-old kid. His name was Colt Gray. 2 students passed away. I heard that a third one, because there was 30 people who were injured, I heard a third student passed away from his injuries, not confirmed. 2 teachers passed away. He just had his first day in court, and the judge let him know that the death penalty is on the table because they're trying him as an adult. But in the most recent events, his father has now been charged with
I believe 8 counts.
With all them same charges.
All the same charges.
So let me just it is 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, 2 counts of second-degree murder, and 8 counts of cruelty to children. So this happened in April. So there was a school shooting in Michigan. The kid's name was Ethan Crumbley. His parents were indicted and convicted. They both faced they both faced up to 15 years. I think they got at minimum 10 years because they provided the weaponry. They also knew that their kid was, showing signs of mental health issues or whatever the case was, and that he'd made mention that this was something that he was going to do. So this is a new thing that's happening. It's a new trend that seems to be happening where parents are now being held responsible for their kids' actions because his father bought him the AR-15 for a Christmas gift. I can't wrap my mind around a parent buying a child an AR-15. I don't get it. And so...
Well, that happens.
Especially in the South. Or especially in certain states where guns are
in
way
non-urban
more
centers,
liberal.
In non-urban centers, it's
way more liberal.
Yeah.
Toward gun stuff.
That being said, them allowing them to have access to it, it sounds like is really the bigger issue.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Maybe you're a 14-year-old and you want to go out hunting with your dad and it's rifles and you practice shooting. An AR-15 to a 14-year-old as a Christmas gift, I'm sorry, rule or not, I can't wrap my mind around it. Anyways, my whole point is that I think that the trend of holding the parents responsible, knowing when your child is exhibiting signs, there was no secret here. This kid was crying out for help. He was expressing mental health issues for the last year, and his aunt is quoted as saying all the adults in his life failed him. I'm like, lady, you count as that. You are somebody who failed him as well.
We don't know how much involvement she had. Or I don't want to go that far, but
it's for her to be able to say that he has been crying out for help and looking for help, etc., and she is a part of the family. I'm lumping her into the category of somebody.
Including herself in that. I got nephews and nieces. If they go do some fuck shit,
I don't want to be lumped into that.
I don't want to be putting that.
Okay. Well, that's basically where everything stands. The father is now facing charges, and he was in court when his son was told by the judge that he's facing the death penalty, and he was like crying uncontrollably. I'm like, as an adult, you're a 54-year-old man. You couldn't foresee any of this happening? It's just wild to me. And also, just the whole GOP and the NRA and their inability to...
Who can foresee their kid doing that?
Nobody. In very small circumstances, I'm sure, like with the kid from Michigan, they said he was basically telling them, yo, I want to do this. I'm thinking about doing this. Or he was writing letters. Like, in that instance, yeah. But your kid could just be a bad kid.
I think that people have to... I think what is being completely ignored in this not this particular story, but almost every single instance, the shooter looks the exact same. It is a white boy. That is it. So if you have a white son who has an obsession with guns and is having mental health issues and starts talking about fantasizing about shooting up a school, you might need to step in with some professional help.
Can we add to this that around election time, this seems to be a trend? Either a black person is killed, a mass shooting, any of those things is all a trend.
It's almost starting to seem like a red flag type shit.
It's starting to seem performative.
Yes.
I see something.
I don't like that.
The news outlets should be held responsible as well, because one of the victims, a young black boy that suffers from autism, they had his image floating around as he was the shooter, and still have not went out and apologized for that.
I didn't know that. I think it's a slippery slope. We talked about this actually not too long ago. I think they're trying to set a precedent. I think they're gonna start charging all of these juveniles or minors that kill people, and they're gonna start charging their parents. And I think what they're using is these two white people as a scapegoat, because what's going to happen when they start charging us in the inner cities every time a young black kid shoots somebody and they start sending their kids to jail? It's a real slippery slope. I'm not saying that it shouldn't. If your parents have prior knowledge of you having certain issues, then those issues should be addressed. I'm just saying.
Parents in the city not buying guns?
Can we not lump? Because that's.
Listen to what I'm saying.
No, I hear what you're saying.
No, you're not. Let me finish, yo. So what I'm saying is, I think it's a slippery slope when your kid goes out and commits a crime, and we charge the parents with that same exact crime. I think it opens up a really
not the same.
Parents in inner cities aren't going to Walmart, Dick's Sporting Goods, or no gun store and going to purchase these guns.
Okay.
Most of these youth that you referring to when you saying the parents start in the inner cities, some of them don't even have passports or have the means to travel to buy these guns. These guns are getting dumped in the city beyond anybody's power. So it's two different. While the urban community in danger is a serious topic and we should talk about that,
it's a false equivalent.
Your parent going to the gun store and buying you guns and knowing that you have these issues and you say these things and these ideologies is way different.
In the case of the Michigan,
that's what he's saying.
It's not what I'm saying. It's not even remotely.
I understand what Ish is saying. It's just saying that it's a slippery slope because if you start charging these people's parents, the school shooters' parents, then you can start charging other people's
different angles.
I do think there's different because these are legally bought guns.
And they're legally bought guns. Every state, you could go to Richmond, you could go to Virginia and buy a gun. There's an inner city in Richmond. We talking about New Jersey and New York where you can't just walk in Walmart and buy a gun. But a lot of states in the United States, your parents can walk into a store and buy you a gun.
How many black school shooters are there?
Yep, never mind, bro.
none.
I don't listen.
I'm not talking about
let's not do that. Let's
What
not do
are we
that.
talking
Let's not do
about?
that. Let's stay on the topic of this father is being held to this standard because he provided his child with the gun.
Yes.
That's literally the meaning of why he's even set to be charged or on trial.
And not only that,
And I disagree with that.
Which is not illegal.
Even if that's true.
It's not illegal.
I don't think it's nothing wrong
It's not illegal.
with them people that live that way buying their kid a gun.
Yeah.
I don't have no problem with that. I do have a problem when your underage kid is able to carry that weapon to school and act out fucking acts of horror.
Joe.
Then I think that the parent needs to be charged.
Joe.
Then
what
you
are
gotta get
talking
charged.
about? That's crazy.
Hold
So
on, wait,
you don't
wait,
see
wait,
a problem
wait,
with
wait,
providing
wait,
the child with the gun,
wait.
but then you want them to be monitored.
Wait.
Not if you live that lifestyle in
Hold,
that
no,
area.
fuck that. Hold on one second. We're talking about a 14-year-old child who has an undeveloped fucking brain, who does not have the fucking mental skills to reason and form logic like a fucking adult, and you're gonna arm them with an assault rifle? No, fucking no. The reason why those parents in Michigan got fucking convicted is because of the text messages that they had with the kid.
He was texting them.
He was texting, and the mother said,
mother was like,
I'm just upset that you got caught.
Yeah,
like,
they should have been charged.
They should have been charged. That's why
different.
That's why I said it's
accountability.
It's a totally different
This
thing.
father should be
Dog,
charged.
my mother used to leave and go to work before me. My mother went to work before I went to school.
True.
So my mother would pick out clothes, iron clothes for me in the morning. I would change the whole fucking outfit of what my mother did. So if you had a gun in your house and your mother's gone to school and the father might not know that this boy took that gun to school.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Mel's made a point that you bought your kid
Mel's premise is
let me
none-
talk.
all right.
You made a point that you bought your kid a gun and your kid takes that gun to school. I'm saying that could have been unbeknownst to the father.
So what? So what?
So cool, stay here. So now this is my point. We are at a slippery slope now where parents are going to be starting getting charged for the shit that their kids are going to do.
Parent
I
your
don't know
child.
what you talking about.
Parent your fucking child.
No, I get what he's saying.
Bro, come on.
No, I get what he's saying.
Come on,
He's
bro.
saying, all right, but
We've
also
all had a fucking childhood,
Well,
my nigga.
also pose the theory this way because when you do have guns and all of that in homes, there's certain locks that's supposed to be had. Bullets are supposed to be kept in different
There are
locations.
storage rules.
Like there's Wishman code. There are ways to prevent certain things. Now, to your point prior, when you said your mother will leave out before you. My thing is, I agree with you, but I don't like the whole charging inner city people with that because it's a different level. Where inner city, they're not going out and just buying guns versus the
Yo, why are
wolves.
y'all equating someone having a gun in the home, which many of us in the inner city and in suburban area have dealt with, to a man buying his child a gun. It's two different things.
An assault rifle.
It's totally two
Okay.
different things. Gifting your child a gun
At
sends a
14.
different message from you just having a gun in the house for your own personal use. It's not the same.
You know why you feel like that, E? Because you're from here.
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
I grew up upstate.
Listen to me. We don't do that. Like in New York and New Jersey, you can't do that. When you go down south, my cousins down south be 13 and 14
Have
years old,
guns.
With
hunting
guns.
with their
Yeah.
family, shooting guns like it's the norm.
Yes. So that's why I'm not with that premise. I understand the parents that want to buy their kid a gun.
Same.
But if you buy your kid a gun, it is your responsibility to store it properly, load it, unload it properly, safety, unsafety, keep
Manage
it away.
access.
Hours. Hey, I'm giving. Look, yo, dog. When my mom brought me a fucking boombox for Christmas, it came with rules. Hey, you can only listen to this at such and such time. Play it. Shit, it might have been locked up while she was gone. A gun, yeah. I don't get it.
Yeah, I
If
know
a
what
kid
we're
go
missing.
out and shoot somebody with their gun, I don't think a parent.
You know what we're missing though? The fact that he was showing signs of mental health. That's the reason the parent should be held accountable.
I said
That's
that.
the
That's
reason,
what I said.
like, he should be held accountable. It was signs there, and it was being. He had a cry. He was crying out for help. That's what we're all missing. We're just stuck on the whole gun aspect. Kid being gifted.
Not
a gun.
me. I'm holding
No,
the
you holding it,
parents
yeah.
responsible because that's some nut ass shit. At 14, you should be up making breakfast before they go to school, tying shoes. You should be involved in their route to school.
Joe.
Well, that's
And-
not always applicable, but they should at least not have access
Joe,
to a fucking assault rifle.
Does
That's in the
anyone
house.
in here think that anyone in this country needs to have access to a AR-15?
No.
Yo, you and Mel, y'all keep repeating y'all same point. We understand that.
No,
that's
I'm
not
trying to lead
how-
to a. You're not. I mean, go ahead.
Down south,
But-
niggas walk
Yeah, I
around
don't
with
want us to
Dracos.
keep dancing around. Down south, they do this.
Up north, they do this.
It's very common. You have eaten a steak or something that one of them little niggas have went and killed.
These last.
No, the fuck, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't. I've eaten a steak that someone that's a part of a company, of an institution, have done that. Not a little fucking kid. It's not the same thing.
Neutral button.